So welcome everybody. My name is Jerry. I'm with CIE Tours, and tonight's pretty special. If you can't join us for the entire presentation, no stress, no worries. We will be recording. We will share that recording with everybody tomorrow. And if you know anyone that might enjoy this fantastic tour, honestly, everybody, this tour goes to some of my favorite places. Please do share this with family and friends. If you have any questions, though, Linda is going to be the person that will be able to help you. I'll share her contact details at the end of the presentation, and she will also tell us how we can book this amazing tour. But Linda, while we have the tour up, I'm going to share the little itinerary, the map. Do you want to just talk a little bit about why you picked this vacation and why people should consider joining you on it?
Sure. I have never been to Scotland and have always wanted to go. And the more people come back from Scotland and Ireland, they talk about how magnificent the experience was, the countryside, everything. And in doing research, CIE comes up as the premier tour company to visit Scotland and Ireland. So I thought, we girls need to go with the best. So that's why I chose you guys to accompany us and lead us on this tour.
I
And
love it.
the itinerary looks fabulous. It's extensive. We spend a long time there. It looks fabulous. I'm
I
very
agree.
excited.
I really think you picked one of, I'm not just saying that, everybody. This is one of my favorite tours that we run. It is one of our most popular combination tours. So you will be visiting Scotland. And when we look here at the map, what does this mean? Oh my gosh, there's so much to see. There is a lot to see, but you're going to see a lot of 2-night boxes. That means there's a lot of 2-night stays in the same hotel. That means Linda picked a tour with a nice, gentle pace. You get to see and do a lot. However, you get to enjoy each hotel property. Some of my favorites on this tour, by the way. Getting to go up into the Scottish Highlands is very special. And the fact that we're staying in Inverness, you'll see a 1-night box there. It means that, yeah, you're enjoying it, but you're not feeling that we're running you ragged. You can really relax every night before we go and explore. The Isle of Skye, as you see on the map on the top left of Scotland, stunning. You're going to see more photos like the one here, but it's a special spot. An overnight in Dunblane, then down to Conryan, and a beautiful, relaxing ferry ride. I've done it. It's a lot of fun. The motor coach goes on with you. It's a huge ship. You're very comfortable. You can take a nap. You can go and just take in the beautiful scenery. On to Belfast, up to Giant's Causeway, Derry, Letterkenny, Donegal. Again, some of my favorites. Kilronan Castle, ooh la la. 2 nights there. Down to Galway. Cliffs of Moher, Shannon, Tralee. I've just been to Tralee. Chef's Kiss, fabulous. Over to Kenmare and Blarney before we finish at Dublin. I know, lots. But don't worry, we're going to go through a little bit of your vacation together here. I want everyone excited and educated. Before we get into nitty gritty, though, here is some information about traveling with Golden Girls. Linda, anything else you want to add about working with you and booking with you?
This trip is exclusive for us. We have our own date. We will not be combined with other people. So this really is just for the Golden Girls. We can be as small or as large as we want. And what I hear from everybody that travels with us is you go alone, you go as a stranger, and you come back with a handful of good friends with whom you want to travel with again. And that's what it's all about. That's why I started this company. So for those of us that like to travel, that want to travel with like-minded women, this is the place to do it. And
I
here's a
love it.
few
Yeah.
sign up.
It's great. I've been watching Golden Girls all day while I'm working away to get ready for you guys. I will not sing the song, even though I do know it. But we'll share this information with everyone at the end. And of course, you can always email or call if you have questions about this particular vacation. But let's get beginning here. Let's get going. Why
Hey,
CIE Tours? Well, Linda did say it, and I will piggyback. We are the best when it comes to Ireland, Britain, and beyond. But for me, going to Ireland with CIE felt like I was going home way back when, my first time over. And for Scotland, That felt like visiting my best friend. Everyone is so friendly. They're very excited to meet and interact with tourists. And we do Scotland quite well because we've been doing it for a long time. CIE has been around since 1932, so over 90 years of experience. We have long relationships with hotels, visitor attractions, everything from the Blarney Stone to different castles, of course, the hotels. This gets us dates and rates and space when other tour operators can't even have the conversation. We are authentically Irish. So yes, I am here in the States. I'm actually on the line with you guys from Manhattan, not too far away. But that's for sales support here in the States. When it comes to overseas, though, you are dealing with true locals. Your driver guide will be from the place that you are touring and exploring. It makes such a great difference. Our clients love that. And our guest satisfaction rating, that's real. That's based on our post-trip surveys. I just did a tour. I did my little survey when I got home. Of course, I gave great marks because it was a great vacation. Um, Something else that makes us a bit different than the competition would be our inclusive advantage. This is why the driver guides love to work with and for CIE. They get to focus on what they do best, sharing their country, the history, the different stories and songs and jokes, all that good stuff, and of course the physical, the beautiful aspects of where they live. They don't have to worry about upselling, right? So when you guys book your tour, everything you see is included. Everything I mentioned tonight included in that itinerary. Some tour operators will tell you that they'll take you to Blarney Castle, but it's not included in your price. And when you get there, you have to pay for it. Not only is that not so fun, it adds up, gets expensive, and you're missing out on time at the castle. You could be climbing those steps, getting ready to kiss that stone, but instead you're on your motor coach paying for a ticket. We do not do that. And that is something that, again, makes us very different. It makes for a nice experience when you're buying your vacation, but also while you're overseas. Your driver guide, your local guides are all focused on your experience. Is everybody having a great time? Everybody have what they need? Again, it allows for just I have so much fun with our driver guides, but you really can connect and they get to focus on what's the best thing ever, their country. Free Wi-Fi on our big, beautiful, modern motor coaches. And because it's just you guys on board, and the motor coach can fit up to 48 to 50 people. But Linda, how many spots will you have on this tour?
We'll have about 24.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We're
Everybody can
keeping it
spread
small.
out and have a really comfortable ride. I love it.
And
Absolutely
I'll
love
be
it.
on the tour as well to take care of all the other needs that the tour guide doesn't do.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That kind of attention, it makes such a difference. And it's why a lot of our clients are repeat guests. So hopefully in a year, we'll be on this call together talking about another tour. What can you guys expect when you're overseas exploring Scotland? Sheep. Oh, yes, they're everywhere. You're going to learn a lot about sheep. There are more sheep than people in Scotland, which I'm smiling as I say it. But as you're driving along, you will experience gorgeous scenes like this. Look at that rugged coastline. I'm always impressed when we stop for a photo stop and I see how muddy the terrain can be, how these little sheepies make it look so easy as they go about their business. I'd be slipping and sliding. Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, this looks pretty good to me right about now. Not yet. Not yet, Jerry. Not yet. So whiskey, you will see this is Scottish whiskey we have here. You will learn about whiskey in Scotland. You'll see how it's spelled. There's no E at the end. In Ireland, whiskey has an EY. That's how that word ends there. Same delicious drink. You will learn slightly different methods. Both countries have a claim to fame on the drink, but I love that you will learn about it in both different countries. Now, if you're not into the sampling, that's okay. I was just on a tour. We had a non-drinker on board, which was fine. She had a fabulous time, and she actually said the distillery visit was something she really liked because of all the history there. So that's fun. I don't know if you'll see this guy when you stop in Glencoe, but bagpipes, you will certainly learn a lot about it. You may hear some music when you're on board. Sometimes our driver guides like to play some music for our clients. Sometimes they'll sing themselves. But again, getting to learn about the culture is a real big part of our tours. What a shot there. That's the beautiful St. Andrews. You will learn all about golf. You will pass different golf courses throughout your tour in both Ireland and Scotland, and you will get to know a little bit about that sport. Now, this is cool. This is a shot of Belfast. That's the Titanic experience in Belfast, and it is right there on the docks where the beautiful ship was built. Actually, if you can see where those flagpoles are leading up to the water, that is where she was birthed as she was built up. At night, there's lights and it's lit up and it's the outline of the ship. A little eerie, but very beautiful history. It is not a museum, as you can see from our note here. Sometimes artifacts will visit this spot from other places, but it really does tell the story of the Titanic, the connections to Ireland, of course, especially Belfast. Yep, get ready to get a little weepy. There are scenes of the movie playing. But again, a little bit of history on this tour mixed throughout the program. Giant's Causeway. I mentioned the natural scenery. This is it, folks. No matter the weather, now this is a very beautiful day here, but even on a gray, overcast day, I prefer that kind of weather in Ireland. And the reason is the sun plays off of the clouds, plays off of the rocks and the water in such a gorgeous way that no two photos are the same. So if you don't like the weather in Ireland or Scotland, just wait 10 minutes. It's bound to change. But yeah, this is Giant's Causeway, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, gorgeous and equally beautiful, but in a different way, the Cliffs of Moher. Again, these are all included with your tour. So this is here on the west coast of Ireland. I was there. It was very beautiful when we left our hotel. I will say within the 45 minutes or so to get to the cliffs, the clouds came out, it poured, and it was windy, and 10 minutes later, the sun came back out. So seriously, you could be there and have that kind of experience. You could be there and there could be dense fog, or it could be sunny skies. That is part of the experience of visiting this place. Very cool visitor center there as well, which tells a little history of that area of Ireland. The Blarney Castle. We all know about the Blarney Stone. I am not allowed to kiss the stone ever again. That's in my contract. As you can hear, I did kiss it quite a few times when I was new at the company. Anyway, I love it here, and we'll talk more about it. But this spot has a woolen mills on the grounds. It's about a 5 to 7 minute walk from the castle. They just celebrated 50 years of being around. I was there for their 50th anniversary, as was half of Ireland. Guess what? Despite how busy it was, my tour, the people that chose to climb up and kiss the stone, they were still able to do it. And they still had time to get photos of the gardens and grounds. So we really do try to make everything work the best of our ability. I'm not sure, Linda, but I think the Taoiseach might have been there, or the president. I forget. It was a big deal, this anniversary. So it's a pretty big deal that it's on your tour. This is what we think of when we think of Ireland.
Yep.
Sheepdogs are one of our #1 rated attractions. I always laugh when I look at this slide because I have a little French bulldog. She's got an easy life compared to these dogs. You will not look at your household pets the same. These guys work really, really hard. It's a fun way when you visit the farm to see how these dogs and their humans work together. You'll learn a little bit about the agriculture, but again, the history, what family life is like. So just a reminder, what is our tour? So here are some of your hotels. The Dalmahoy, some of my favorites. So basically when you see 2, that indicates 2 nights. And when there's no number, that just means it's a onesie. It's a one-night stay. I do suggest that you guys, if you are very focused on hotels, do take a look online to research where they're located. Some of them might be just outside, quote unquote, city or town center. That does happen sometimes. And some of them are right in the middle of things. But again, this is all available to you. The Europa, oh my gosh. This hotel is historic. This is in Belfast. I have stayed there. It's a lovely property. Yes, you can walk to so much. It doesn't get better than the Europa. And there is an interesting history. During the Troubles, this was bombed many, many times. But over the years, as things improved, the Clintons actually stayed there during one of their several visits to Ireland. So a lot of history. And again, we're able to get the space for you when other tour operators might not be able to.
I stayed there last year when I visited Northern Ireland, and it was fabulous.
You enjoyed it.
Fabulous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to go back. My boyfriend, we have a photo of his father in front of that hotel in the 70s in the thick of the craziness, right? And it's a great photo. We were there. We did not take the same photo of my boyfriend. So I said, okay, that's it. We have to go back, which I love. It's a reason to go back. Kilronan Castle Hotel. This place is fabulous. It is getting amazing reviews from our guests. I love seeing it on more of our tour programs. How fun while you're away to say, I stayed in a castle hotel. Typically, castle hotels in Europe will be a portion will be the original castle, and then bits and pieces of it will be newer additions. But you'll have all the modern amenities you need, but all of the coziness and charm of staying in a upstairs downstairs type of establishment. The Inn at Dromoland, I've been there. I love it. It puts you in a great spot for touring and exploring. But don't forget, you're also on the grounds of Dromoland Castle. So this is a very chic group, Linda. You didn't tell me that. Um, the food, the staff are beyond amazing at Dromoland. So I know everyone will enjoy that. Another top performing hotel, the Ballygarry Estate Hotel. My colleague Diego was actually just there 2 months ago. He didn't want to leave. And he's young. He loves to be on the go. He had such a great time. We passed it while on a different tour, and I think I spotted a tear running down his cheek.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a good time there. And we'll finish up at the Radisson Blue Royal Hotel. Again, 2 nights here. A little more modern, of course. But again, even the more modern hotels in Scotland, in Ireland, still between the staff and just the way that they map out the rooms, cozy, not overwhelming. You're in a good spot when it comes to location. And remember, this is something some of us might not remember, but almost all taxis have the tap to pay. So if you do decide to go do something on your own, that's good to know. Good to have cash, but good to know that taxis are also available. So let's go into the tour. I'm not going to list every single thing we do. You can do that on your own. You can look at that. This tour will begin, though, in the afternoon at your hotel. So Linda will work with you about when it comes to arranging airfare and all that good stuff. I recommend, Linda, a pre-night. I don't know if you've talked about that at all with your clients.
Not yet.
Okay. So because we're coming from the New York area, we are very spoiled compared to some people coming from the West Coast and beyond. But doing a pre-night can be a great way to enjoy your hotel just a little bit longer, to get over that jet lag, and maybe if there's a restaurant or something in Edinburgh you want to do ahead of time, you'll have those extra few hours to do so. If you're interested in that, certainly reach out to Linda and she can work with us to get you a great rate. Anyways, we'll begin in the afternoon. You'll meet your group and you are starting off with a whiskey experience. Buckle up. We're going to have a good time. And then for dinner, you'll do that together with your group. After that, getting your bags to and from the motor coach, checking into the hotel will all be done as a group with your driver guide and Linda. But really, all you have to do is make sure you get on that aircraft and get to Edinburgh on time. Porterage for the staff that take care of your luggage is all included in your land tour price. Now, I'm a city girl, so of course I love different European cities. But believe it or not, Edinburgh is my favorite city outside of home, New York City. And I think when you look at these shots here, it's easy to see why. There's Old Town and New Town. Now, Newtown is still relatively old compared to Manhattan, but there is so much history here. That's Edinburgh Castle at the bottom. You will visit that as a group, which is so much fun. Amazing pictures, lots of history. If you watch The Crown, if you read any of the Philippa Gregory books, I mean, I could go on and on, Outlander, then you're going to get really excited for your time in Scotland. I love that we'll have some free time where we want, where it makes sense. You're going to have a chocolate experience. Maybe I need to do this tour. We'll have some free time in Pitlochry. This is one of my favorite spots to visit, Pitlochry. There is a distillery there. There are some cafes, Heather Gems, a cute little shop with really nice jewelry, very cute. But again, a really nice spot to have free time. CIE gives us free time where it makes the most sense. You'll continue on into the Highlands and have dinner at your hotel that night, which is lovely because after a long day, having dinner with the group is nice. Day 4 is all about scenes like this. Loch Ness, of course, is famous. Maybe you'll spot Nessie. If you do, please let me know. I've been looking for her. You'll have lunch together at a local hotel. And during your time along Loch Ness, I should say, you will see like Eileen Dolan. I think that's Eileen Dolan Castle there. And then as you continue on in the Highlands, look at that shot of Glencoe on the bottom right. Absolutely beautiful. Dinner again with the group. You'll have a full breakfast every day except day of arrival. Full breakfast in Scotland and Ireland, they're quite filling. There is something pretty much, I think, for everybody. Some days we'll have lunch. Some nights you'll have dinner that will be indicated for you on your day-by-day itinerary. A visit to Stirling Castle and then over to Carnryan for your ferry ride. And then we're going to check into our hotel, dinner with the group. And if you do want to go out, I will say this is a great thing to know. Not everybody wants to go out after dinner, but some of you might. Some of you might want to catch some traditional local music. So you can talk to your driver, your tour director. They can give you an idea of where to go. Sometimes there is local musicians that visit the hotel pubs. So that's another great thing to keep in mind. So free time in Belfast, again, we give you the free time where people really want it. So if you're interested in something in particular in Belfast, I would talk to Linda ahead of time, or your driver guide. We could, all these people can give you insight into the city. Watch your Anthony Bourdain, your Rick Steves. Be prepared. Make the most of your time in Belfast. You will have a guided walking tour with the group, and then the rest of the afternoon is at leisure. Now, this is a special tour, and we do an evening at Cross Keys Inn. What is that? This is a really special spot. That's the bottom picture there. It is the oldest thatched roof pub in Ireland. It dates back to, I think it was 1654. You'll have dinner and entertainment. There'll be some storytelling, some music. It's a lot of fun, and it's so fun that you do that with your group. Since we've booked this out in advance, they are ready for a group. The service is fantastic. You guys will have a great time. Continuing north, we're now going to go to the 9 Glens of Antrim. That's that first shot there on the top. Gorgeous scenery, and you are going to see the 40 shades of green. It almost looks like quilt work or patchwork, the way the green is broken up by the hedges and the stone walls. There you go, Giant's Causeways on the right. You will stop for a photo stop of Dunluce Castle. This is a castle, as you can see, it's perched there right on top of the water. Everybody was having a great time enjoying the castle until one night the kitchen gave way and was in the water, and I think a few people actually died. So Mr. and Mrs. said, no more. They packed up, they abandoned their castle, but it's still there to this day, a few hundred years later. You guys will learn about that and see it, get great photos, and you'll move on to Derry or Londonderry, depending on who you're talking to. You'll have a guided walking tour with a very local guide. We have several that we work with. I've got to meet a few. I love Derry. That is my favorite city in Ireland. So now you guys know a little bit about me. Edinburgh, and Derry. If you watch Derry Girls, well, first off, yay. If you don't, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's very funny. There is some cursing, but I love how the characters love their town or their city of Derry. So that would be fun if you can check that out ahead of your tour. And then your time in Derry will come to an end. On to your hotel dinner with your group. On for a guided tour, which is very special actually, of Glenveigh Castle and National Park. As you can see there, that's the top photo. Just upstairs, downstairs, Downton Abbey. This is the checklist for our historians, but also maybe the more romantic people on the tour. I love visiting properties like this. The gardens are gorgeous, seriously, year round. And the staff are really excited to share this property with you. They love when CIE comes down the driveway. Triona Design is another special spot that love our CIE guests. This is an opportunity to shop, but you'll also get to learn a little bit about the products that are available to buy, which is fun. And many of these products are made nearby, which we love to support that. On to Donegal, you'll have some free time before you continue on to Kilronan Castle, where you'll have, again, a little time to freshen up, and then dinner in the castle. Oh, gosh, doesn't that sound fun to say out loud?
Fabulous.
I'm enjoying like the wine right now in my mind of your beautiful castle dinner. So to kind
Join
of,
us.
oh, go ahead, Linda.
I said, join us.
I might have to look at your dates, actually. We're going to continue on with the culture. I like this, the mining center. Again, I really feel like there's something for everybody on one of our tours. This tour is no different, right? So if you want to learn a little bit about history, but also the culture, right? The people that live in this area, what do they do? How do they make a living? What did people do 100 years ago, 200 years ago? This is one of those spots where you'll get to learn about that. What's also nice is your driver guide is going to sort of connect the dots and give you information about this visit before and after, which is really lovely. You'll have a little free time in the town of Carrick-on-Shannon. I love it there. It's a cute little town. It's on the water. It's adorable, very walkable. Maybe you can grab a quick bite to eat on your own. A 99 is soft serve ice cream with a Cadbury flake bar in it. Highly recommend that. Be sure to pick up your potato chips and your Cadbury while you're there. Back to your hotel, your Castle Stay Hotel. And again, another dinner tonight together, which is just lovely. And remember, too, that castle is going to have a pub. So if you do want to hang out with your travel mates after, that's a really fun way to do that. On to Galway for a guided walking tour. I hope you guys get to meet Brian. He's one of our favorite guides in Galway. Everyone we use is fabulous, but most likely he will be your tour guide. Brian is Irish, but he lived in New York for a while. In fact, he knows Yonkers quite well. So he'll enjoy your group, I think. Him and I were talking about all things New York a week and a half ago. On through the Burn, beautiful limestone region of Ireland. You'll see it's the second picture on the top there. And before you'll know it, you'll be at the cliffs some more. I hope that you guys will have fantastic weather. But honestly, like I said, bring your poncho. Always be prepared. But even if it is a bit gray out, you're going to get gorgeous photos. Like the one here, there are some clouds, but look how striking that is. And you will have some time. So if it is raining, you can pop inside the visitor center, do some shopping, and then you can go back out to the cliffs for some more pictures. This is fun. A medieval style banquet with your group at night. You are in a real castle. People are dressed up in medieval clothes. You'll be given mead. If you prefer beer or wine, that's okay. So much fun. Storytelling, singing, all things Ireland. I was just here, over in Dingle. You guys are really getting the best of Ireland. I love the Dingle Peninsula. There's so much to see and do in little Dingle town, but I love the shot at the top there. Beautiful green countryside on one side of the motor coach window, rugged coastline on the other side. Just spectacular. And again, even if you do get a little bit of weather, within a few minutes it could be gone. and the pictures you will get without leaving the bus, just phenomenal. This is the kind of spot, by the way, where you're very grateful you are not doing the driving. The photo here doesn't show us, but some of the roads by the Cliffs of Moher on the Dingle Peninsula are very tiny, twisty, turny, and yet you could be on there's a cliff. There's a lot of cliffs happening here. You'll be very grateful for somebody else not only giving amazing commentary, but keeping the group safe. And you can sit back, relax, and enjoy. Dingletown, loads of shopping, really good fish and chips here. So that's a spot where you can enjoy that. And did I mention lots of shopping? Because that's where I got in big trouble in Dingle. We're going to now continue on towards Dublin, and you'll stop at the South Pole Inn for an Irish coffee. Chef's kiss. So good. You guys are going to think I have a little drinking problem. I actually don't drink a lot, but I will say the Irish coffees, they taste better there. It's probably the cream, but they'll teach you how to make it so you can enjoy at home. A fabulous treat, especially at the holidays. Really nice to share that with friends and family. There's an explorer that is connected to the South Pole Inn. Tom Crean is his name. So you'll learn a little bit about him and other famous people from that area. On to Tralee. My mistake, you have your nights in Tralee before we go back to Dublin, where you'll have dinner at your hotel. I love Tralee. I have family from there. It was a lot of fun for me to go there and look around the little town. The hotel is, by the way, absolutely fabulous too. A jaunting car ride in Ross Castle. I love that shot there. It's a lot of fun. You'll be broken up, obviously, into smaller groups, and the person that is driving will share some of his life in the history of where he's from with you. You'll visit a special gift shop, Moriarty's. Again, a little local flavor there. They love our CIE tours. They have great things to buy. Again, you're supporting local artisans, which we love. And you will explore a little bit of the Ring and Kerry, including Kenmare. Beautiful spot. You'll have time for lunch. It's really a special place in Ireland. Sheepdog demonstration will happen. Again, this is something that gets top billings from our clients. It's sometimes why they come back. They love the sheepdogs. And who knows, it could be puppy season. You might get to hold a puppy and get a picture. Free time in Killarney, which again, that is a place that we hear about. I always think of the Bing Crosby song where he does the line over in Killarney. But it's a great town. Again, shopping, free time. If you want to have a quick snack, that's all up to you. That's the shot of Killarney on the bottom there. And back to Tralee, where you'll have the night free to eat and enjoy the night to yourself. For free nights, if you're not sure where you want to eat, talk to your driver guide, your tour director. Talk to the hotel staff. They will advise you. They'll let you know what's walkable from the hotel. And if you want to just enjoy dinner in the hotel, that also works. Remember, no dinner that night, but you did have lunch with the group. So you might just want to have a bowl of soup or a salad and call it a day. Pushing on up, Blarney Castle. What a great shot of the castle. So just a heads up to everybody, I forget how many steps it is, but if you've ever gone to the Statue of Liberty, the steps are very short, and so it reminded me of that, except they're stone, they're not steel. But it is a really fun thing to do. The gardens are so beautiful, and again, the shopping is fantastic. Down to County Cork, and then we will continue on to Dublin. Now, this is fun. You'll have an Irish night at Abbey Tavern. Abbey Tavern is one of our partners. We work with them quite a bit. Again, dinner and entertainment. You'll hear some traditional Irish music, a little storytelling, but a lot of crack. A lot of crack means a lot of fun. And again, Linda, you picked a great tour because it's free time where people want free time. So,
Yes.
For people that live close to Manhattan, I think you guys are probably very comfortable in big, busy cities. Dublin, there's a lot of construction. Despite COVID, she is a busy city. Things are happening there. Similar to here in Manhattan, a lot of small buildings are being torn down. Big ones are being built. You guys will walk up and down the River Liffey. You won't believe it. You're going to feel like you're on Madison Avenue or downtown or in Midtown. Google.
Jerry,
Oh, go ahead.
Jerry, we actually are from all over the country.
Oh, they
There's
are.
only a
Fabulous.
small number of us from New York. Yeah,
Oh,
we're from
very
all over.
good. Okay. So that's great to know. You are going to see companies that are in New York, but also all over the states. Google, I think I mentioned Salesforce has a huge hub there. I use Salesforce, so that was funny to see them there. I feel like they're following me. Um, Anyways, lots of companies have big office space in Dublin on the River Liffey, so definitely look for that. You'll get a voucher for the hop on, hop off bus. These are fantastic. They run on a very strict schedule. It's very easy to see the little signage, so you know exactly where to get on and off. And that bus tour comes with a pass for either Guinness Storehouse, pictured here, Epic Ireland, which is a fantastic museum located right on the River Liffey, or for Teeling Distillery. I've done all three of these visitor attractions. Do I have a favorite? No, it depends what kind of mood I'm in, honestly. Guinness Storehouse is great. It's always busy. It's fantastic, even if you don't like the dark stuff. It's still fun and yummy. But honestly, Epic Ireland, that tells the story of Irish emigration, who left, what they did, where they went when they left Ireland, and what they did in their new country. And Teeling Distillery, again, see how the whiskey is spelled there on the picture on the bottom right with an EY? You're going to learn how this particular company makes their delicious whiskey and get a sample at the end. So definitely talk to Linda, do your research, but I love that everyone gets to decide what they do. Freedom and flexibility. We love that. Sadly, your vacation will come to an end. So after breakfast, you'll transfer to the airport. The nice thing is we have the pre-check. So you get to do that here in Dublin. And when you get home, it's really fabulous. You land and that's it. You go get your bag and you go home. So we love that. And that is a really special thing about, our connection with Ireland. So it just takes out a lot of stress. It's just fabulous. I mentioned a pre-night. If you wanted more time in Dublin, then do talk to Linda about a post night. That's also something that we can look into. Wow, we covered a lot of ground, guys. So yeah, you're departing next September. Like I said, this is very similar dates to when I was over in Ireland, just a couple, few days ago, really. I had fantastic weather. Um, I emailed the group I was with to remind them we had really extraordinarily great weather. There's no bad time to go to Ireland or Scotland. However, I think Linda did a great job by picking this tour for these dates. But don't wait. If you're interested, this is a vacation that will sell out quickly. So definitely get your deposits in, get your names in. That way you know your space is there. It's a fantastic vacation. You get to explore Scotland, go up into the Highlands, come back down over to Northern Ireland. Look how much you get to see and do. Lots of 2-night stays. So the pace is perfect. Chef's kiss. Truly, I might have to take a spot on this tour. Here's your QR code if you want to take a picture of that now, everybody. Now, Linda, I know you've been busy, but here's your contact details one more time. Have there been any questions that have come over?
No, not
Okay.
that I could.
All right.
No question. I just want to let people know that if you want a roommate, if you're coming by yourself, but you prefer to have a roommate, let me know because we'll do another Zoom with everybody that wants roommates to match you up with each other.
Oh, that's great. That's a really nice way that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. Perfect. If anybody has questions, you can send them over now in the question box or the chat box. That's the best way to do it. I know we have a hand raised, but type out those questions. I'm going to make you guys type a little bit. I'm sorry. We'll give everybody a minute. Okay, let's see.
Okay, Marianne, I see that you would like a roommate. That's great. I will put you on a list for roommates and we will absolutely get you hooked up with somebody because I'm sure there'll be other people that want a roommate.
Marianne, do you mind a girl from Long Island? No, I'm just kidding. I'm telling you guys, I'm like wanting to go back to Scotland right now in such a big way. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got another question or comment. Let's see.
Michigan. Mary Ann's from
Oh,
Michigan.
Michigan. Very good. Very good. Oh, okay, Linda. So we have Marissa asking, do you have material she can review? And does the price include airfare right now?
The price does not include airfare. CIE will get us a great airfare in conjunction with this trip. And if you go to the CR code or you look at my chat of the link to the landing page, you'll have detailed information on the trip and the hotels.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Very
Or you
good.
can also email me and I'll send you the link.
Very good. One question we get a lot, if it's okay, I'll mention it. People often ask, should you bring cash on a CIE tour? And I always say yes. I would definitely advise to bring some, we'll need some pounds sterling because you'll be in Scotland and Northern Ireland, and some euros for when you're in Ireland. The price that Linda's providing does not include tips for your local guides or your driver guide. And you'll get information about that after you book, but that would be something you'd want cash for, of course. And if there are musicians, you may want to buy them a pint. I'm sure they'd be very happy about that. Um, and for shopping. So sometimes if you're at certain little shops, sometimes people will like create a shop at a photo stop, and there may be something you have to have. It's good to have cash for things like that. Tap to pay is widely accepted though in all of Ireland and Britain, in Scotland as well. But again, it is kind of good to have a little bit of cash on you. It's just again, that's just a me thing, but that's a question we get a lot. Okay, very good. All right. I'll give it one more minute before we wrap up, but I will share our contact details one more time. Again, Linda is going to be the person you go to, everybody, if you're interested. And if you're watching the recording, thanks so much for doing that. Just keep in mind any discounts may not be available. And as far as space goes, that might not be available, but hopefully it is when you watch the recording. Either way, reach out to Linda to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information.
Thanks, Jerry. This was a fabulous presentation. I have to say, I was in, as I said before, Northern Ireland last year.
Mm-hmm.
The scenery was some of the most spectacular that I've ever seen. So I'm so looking forward to this trip.
You know, I knew you and I were going to get along when you said that earlier, and I love your enthusiasm for both Ireland and Scotland. And I'm not just saying it as an employee of CIE, which I'm very proud to be. Um, but again, Ireland to me was like going home, and Scotland felt like I'm visiting my best friend. They're both such fabulous destinations, and I hope everyone on the call shares this recording with friends and family. Fill up that motor coach. Let's do it.
Guys, thank you for coming. Thank all of you who are here for coming. Feel free to look at the website for more information about the trip or email me at linda@goldengirlsgetaways.com. And I'll happy to answer any questions.
Sit. Perfect. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. I look forward to seeing y'all on the road. I look forward to your photos this time next year. Have a great night and a good day tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Jerry.
Bye
Bye,
now.
everyone.